Healthy Heart Diet, caring for your heart through your diet. Today's presentation looks at the contributing factors to a healthy heart diet. We're going to look at these factors individually. We are also going to look at what guidance and support is out there to help achieve a healthy heart diet. So what are the contributing factors to help achieve a healthy heart diet? The British Heart Foundation recommends a Mediterranean diet is followed. The key messages within this are eating less saturated fats, reducing your salt intake, eating more fruit and vegetables, reducing your sugar intake, and generally watching your weight. Firstly, let's take a look at saturated fats. These are fats that are solid at room temperature. Another type of fat, also known as trans fats, can raise the amount of cholesterol within your blood. All fats are high in calories, so even unsaturated fats should be used in small quantities. Now let's take a look at salt intake. Adults should eat less than 6 grams per day. That's no more than a teaspoon. Too much salt in your diet can increase risk of developing high blood pressure. High blood pressure increases your risk of developing heart disease. Low salt is not a healthy alternative. It contains more potassium, which too high levels can be harmful. It is recommended that we eat at least 5 different types of fruit and vegetables each day. By eating 2 portions of the same fruit or vegetables a day still only counts as 1 portion. Whether that fruit or vegetable be fresh, frozen, dried or tinned, they're all included in that count. That also includes pure unsweetened fruit juice. We appreciate that some foods naturally contain sugars. These foods also contain useful nutrients and therefore it is not necessary to cut down on them. However, we are aware that people who have diabetes may need to consider eating more vegetables than fruit in order to manage their blood sugar levels. The specific sugars that we look to reduce and recommend reducing are those called free sugars. These are sugars that are not contained within the structure of food but are added. By having a healthy BMI of below 25, it can help reduce your risk of coronary heart disease. We also have to consider waist size. Men measuring over 37 inches or women over 32 inches again are at a high risk of developing heart disease. These are only guidelines and there are some exceptions. If you have any questions or are unsure, please feel free to speak to your heart nurse or a member of your general practice for guidance. There are many dieting myths out there. Here are just a couple to look at to hopefully help give you some guidance. By skipping meals, you can feel tired and hungry and are more likely to reach for high fats, high calorie snacks. Food restrictions. By restricting your food intake, such as fad diets, drastically cutting down calories, will more than likely help you lose weight, but it is not sustainable. Making small changes that you can stick to are much more likely to bring you long-term success. So what information is out there? Well, there's the Eat Well plate, there's food labelling such as the traffic light system, there's a magazine called Heart Matters, which is a free subscription. You can subscribe using the internet or contact your heart nurse and they will give you a form to complete. The British Heart Foundation provides information booklets, which again can be found on the internet or receive via our service. The staff at your general practice are a great resource for information, as is your community heart and TIA nurse and heart failure nurses and physiotherapists. The Eat Well plate. This looks at all of the foods within your diet. It looks at the properties and portions we should be adding to your plate. As you can see, the fruits and vegetables and the carbohydrates cover most of your plate, with smaller amounts of dairy and the meats and proteins. As you can see, fats and sugars are not actually on the plate. This is because these are considered as extras and are not actually required to be added for a healthy heart diet. Food labelling. I don't know about you, but sometimes the list of labelling appears endless and quite mind boggling. That's where the traffic light system comes in. Each packaging of food should contain a traffic light system which shows you the amount of fat, saturated fat, sugars, and salts within the packaging. But be careful to note that it is per each serving, and what that serving is, it isn't always the whole packet. The red signifies that it is a high level that is contained within the product. These are not ideal and could perhaps be looked upon more as treats. The greens and the ambers are more considered as being appropriate in your daily diet. Thank you for taking the time to look at this whistle stop tour of how to achieve a healthy heart diet. In summary, a well balanced diet, eating food in moderation reduces the risks of heart disease. Eating the right foods can also help with weight loss, reduce blood pressure, reduce cholesterol levels, and reduce risks of type 2 diabetes. As mentioned earlier, further information can be found on the British Heart Foundation website. Any questions? Well, if so, please contact our nurses or the physios who are happy to answer any questions you may have as a result of this presentation.